Test one, test one, test two, test two. Gentlemen, listen up. So, this is clearly a Wi-Fi / internet intensive meeting. So I need all of you to put your phones in airplane mode. You can't be using the cell signal, you can't be using the Wi-Fi. Turn them off. You don't need them right now. Turn them off, put them away.
Okay, guys, just continuing. If you have not signed one of those two flags over there, please do so. Again, a majority of you guys had done that already. But if you're one of the guys that, was not in here over the last two periods, please sign those flags if you haven't already. Seniors, that's for seniors only. Thank you.
All right, seniors, let's quiet down a little bit. We got to get this show on the road. Got a lot of important stuff to cover. Should we wait for the flag thing or no? Should we wait for the flag signers or no? Find your seat, gentlemen. Find your seat. I mean, you knocked me out. All right, as we get settled here, I just wanted to address the Running Out 5K. So it'll be this Sunday. We're still about 5K away from our $30,000 goal. Mr. Bittler really wants to get a haircut, so I think we really got to show out, send in those donations, even if you're not running. You can do it virtually. I think there's 46 spots left to run it in person on Sunday. But if you can always do it virtually too. But if not, it's a great foundation to donate to. Helps out a lot of people. And let's hit that goal. And also, I would like to bring up Mr. White.
All right, I just want to make an announcement that the application for retreat team leader as well as service coordinator applications are now live. I'm going to post the applications on a Google form to the Wave of Faith Schoology page. There will also be hard copies in the bulletin board outside of the mission and ministry office. So if you would like to be a retreat team leader or a service coordinator, or you can do both, be both retreat team and service coordinator, stop by the mission and ministry office to pick up a form, or go to the Wave of Faith Schoology page in order to fill out the Google form. Thank you.
All right, so a little bit different of the format this year, obviously. Nobody's up here actually giving these speeches. So the first two speeches will be for secretary, the second two for councilman, and the third three will be for president. So I hope you enjoy. Let's get this stuff rolling.
So, boys, my name is Matt Howley, and I am running for student body secretary. There's a few things about me. I type about 14 words a minute, and I run a 13-minute mile. Mom, refill. Sorry. All right. So, you may ask yourself why a guy like me is qualified for such a sacred position like secretary. To this I say two words. JV tennis. If JV tennis has taught me anything, it is how to lead New Jersey's finest through the trenches of this vast pleasure dome that we call Earth. Now let's talk business. Whenever I use the sinks in the bus loop, I become are more wet than when you put them in this godforsaken contraption. My solution? Just have a paper towel dispenser as an alternate, so I don't have to take a physics test with pens. It's as simple as that. Now, obviously, the Delmarva spirit of brotherhood has diminished in the past year for reasons out of our control. Although the school year included the addition of St. Benedict Hall, many perks of being a Delmarva student were taken away from us. Although the new soundproof rooms make a great spot to stop after getting into your third car accident on the way to school, this year has not included many highlights worthy of mention. However, next year things can be different. First off, I want to revamp the pep rallies by bringing back the dunk contest on an 8-foot hoop. Now I know this practice was suspended after Mr. Savage almost murdered a kid, but I think with some extra safety precautions, this is definitely doable. And lastly, since students pretty much had to leave at 2:40 this year if they didn't play sport, I fear that this has become habitual for some kids. In order to negate this, I want to start an intramural 3-on-3 basketball league, which will be organized by grades, who can play a couple days after school during the week. Because I feel like this would be a great way to mend the Delmarva brotherhood. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ryan Ahmed, and I'm running to be your secretary next year. Before I begin my speech, I want to thank my team. Jack S, Jack P, Jack R, Jake C, Jake F, JP, Jago, Kai, Don, Christian, Rory, and Dylan. I would not have made it this far without you all. And also, I want to congratulate Matt. I knew that running against Matt would be an uphill battle once he got endorsed by the possibility. But the truth is, the school will be in great hands with either of us. Anyhow, now I would like to address what I would like to do to make the Delmarva School for Boys a better place next year. But in order for me to do that, I must run on the most generic Delmarva platform of all time. So on that note, first, I promise the pits will be electric next year. Second, I have reviewed the stage dining contract and there's ample room for negotiation. Third, Spirit will be so awesome, and teachers cannot give homework during it. Fourth, the brotherhood will be booming. Obviously, I think we all know none of this stuff ever happens. So here are my thoughts. So I texted Zebo what a secretary does, and he replied with the 5-word phrase, takes notes during meetings. But in order for me to find this valuable piece of information out, I needed to add in my Snapchat username, which is something one should never do. But if you're down bad, you're down bad. However, I do think I qualify for taking those because Mr. Crane says, "Yeah, you have the worst handwriting I have ever seen. I'm taking points off your quiz." But guys, guess what? He is never taking points off my quiz. So here are my ideas. First off, I want you all to take a second and imagine your perfect morning. I can almost guarantee that none of you envision having to drive into the grass of the Jockey Hall entrance because a 36,000-pound bus is 3 inches away from hitting you. In order to resolve this issue, I will politely ask the administration to ask the buses not to go on that road during the mornings. But if they say no, I will create counterfeit signs that say no buses. I'm kidding, of course. Secondly, do you want me to tell you what really grinds my gears? Forgetting a food recipe. Or better yet, when somebody asks you, "Hey, do you know what's for lunch?" "No, Finbar, I do not know what is for lunch. Probably chicken and sausage jambalaya." I think the student council should have a mass text message that will inform students about the daily announcements, lunch, and other events. So in conclusion, I'm the type of guy who puts his head down and gets work done. I'm willing to put in all the behind-the-scenes effort so we can have a blissful 2021-2022 academic year. So in the words of the great John Jago, ask not what your secretary can do for you, ask what you can do for your secretary. So on that note, please vote for me. Thank you.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. My name is Paul Maiola, and I want to be your councilman for next year. Every year, student representatives come up here and talk about outrageous things just to get votes. I will not do that. I will not promise a fixed stage, and I definitely won't promise to put a handle on the door to the old gym. But what I will give you is some of my realistic and concrete ideas that will give us a great year next year. To start, we need to establish the rideshare list based on towns. This is something that is promised every year but is never truly acted on. As councilman, I will make sure that every student has the opportunity to participate in our massive pits. Additionally, we can use the funding that the Council of Seniors has to buy larger speakers and buy water for games so that no student has to leave the pit just to get a bottle of water. Additionally, we need to be more creative with themes. I'm running out of USA and Hawaiian shirts to wear to games. We could have things like flannel theme, ski theme, and even a green out. And if you have to miss a game, but you still want to procrastinate your homework by watching Nick Petrillo absolutely boss someone in the end zone, as councilman, I'll make sure that you no longer have to pay that outrageous fee for our current subscription service. With me as councilman, and with the addition of the new student commons, I will make sure we were lunching on reasonably priced 6 pluses and coffee every Friday morning. But boys, let's get serious now. If I have to listen to one more Cardi B song at Wavefest, I'm going to lose my mind. We need to supply the DJ with our own suggestions prior to the event so that we can keep the vibes rolling. Additionally, we need to separate freshman and sophomore semi because the rising sophomores have missed this opportunity this year, so we need to make sophomore semi cool again. Additionally, we need to reestablish spring break as a family holiday so that I don't have to do homework over my 2 weeks of break. We need to create more dress down days because the major fundraisers take up the allotted dress down days every year, but the smaller clubs do not have an opportunity to raise funds. Lastly, we need to create an easier process to make clubs, as I myself founded the fitness club with no clear process to follow. Once again, thank you to everyone who has supported me thus far, but a thank you does not show my full gratitude. I want to be councilman to show my full appreciation and leave my mark on this amazing community. Thank you for your time, and remember to vote Mattiola for councilman.
Good morning, boys. Honey, absolutely soaked. Let's go. I'm going to begin on a bit of a personal note. I try to go to Whole Foods every week, often on Sundays. Why, you might ask? It's not because I really enjoy the trip or anything, it's for the sake of balance. Some mornings, all you need is a nice glass of green juice. Unfortunately, though, this year has been anything but balanced. Both teachers and students alike have been forced way outside their comfort zones and into something new. While this isn't something that is necessarily a bad thing, it does beg the question, what will this new normal look like? At a time of so much change and reform, here are the most important issues I will be focusing on as councilman. Number 1, mental health. After After being thrown into and out of school, having some of our favorite events canceled, being handed at times in excess of work, it's become nearly impossible to balance life between school athletics, extracurriculars, family, friends, etc., let alone make time for ourselves. Which is why, with the help of Mr. Negrin and Mrs. Gomez, I plan on beginning a mental health initiative targeted at Delbarton students. This is, in short, to make the environment a little bit less stressful, as well as provide opportunities for students to de-stress. And no, I will not allow all of our snow days to go virtual. Food and drink. I'm not going to talk about Sage here, but instead the general food and beverage I'm at Delbarton. First of all, coffee. I've long advocated for a student espresso machine, especially after seeing the sense of camaraderie it has built among the language teachers. Just imagine you get to the student comes a little early one morning, get a delicious and energizing espresso, and start grinding out on your work due in 30 minutes. What more could you want? Breakfast sandwiches, you might say? Yeah, I got you covered there. We're going to have seniors selling breakfast sandwiches as often as we can. My third point here is involvement. Unfortunately, participation has been way down and more or less ignored due to COVID, something we cannot allow to continue next year. There have been a handful of ideas on how to get kids involved in pits and performances, but really it's so much more than that. I'm going to say three quick things because I'm really running out of time here, but EdBlock Club meetings, deaneries, and the art program at large. A big part of this is going to be the relationship between the upper and lower classmen, something else I'm also going to be advocating for. Let's be honest, the school has changed over the past year. Some of you have never experienced homecoming, and many of us have never enjoyed a spirit week. But it doesn't have to be like that. Instead of letting these things drift into the mysticism of some pre-COVID era, I will work to retain the DNA of Delbarton and make 2021 the Delbarton Renaissance. Those of you who know me know that I'd like to get stuff done. Those of you who don't will learn the same thing pretty soon. A vote for Ritter is a vote for Delbarton, the balanced one.
What's up, guys? I'm Rich Misticelli, and today I want to talk to you about why I should be the next student body president. Before we begin, I'd like to congratulate all the candidates who have made it past primaries. I also want to thank all of you for getting me past the first round of elections. This past year hasn't been easy. COVID has looked us dead in the eyes, spit in our faces, and taken away everything from us, including many traditions that make us Delbarton. Well, boys, it's our time now. As president, I will not only get Delbarton back to its pre-COVID excellence with returns of huge homecoming celebrations and 6+ sandwiches on Friday mornings, to name a few, but I will also work to elevate the Delbarton experience to something beyond compare. After 5 years here, I know the ins and outs of the school. And boys, I know how to make things happen. As your president, Pitts will return better than ever with music, maximum attendance, and hype videos. I'm a 3-season athlete, and I know for a fact that there is nothing more electric than having hundreds of kids screaming their heads off ready to go to war for you. Pits are a huge part of Delbarton culture, and yet so many of you have never experienced these moments of glory and brotherhood. As soon as we can bring back Pits, I cannot wait to go all out. Delbarton flags, chants, smoke bombs, horns, face paint, and mudslides. We'll have the hypest playlist designed by you so we can crank tunes at max volume. Second, we'll give the grade who brings out the most kids to a game a free dress down day the following Friday to incentivize attendance. We need to pack the house at all games next year, which can be done with geographically based group chats so upperclassmen can give rides to everyone. Absolutely no excuses. Next order of business, Sage. I'm not going to sit here and make a bunch of empty promises about how Sage is going to completely change, but I will promise to fight on your behalf to have Sage hear us out about menu changes. You can expect to see monthly Google Forms where your voice will be heard. Let's talk about the arts. As a member of the School of Cantorum, I know for a fact that it always feels better to perform in front of friends. When I'm president, I will work extremely hard to increase attendance through free dress-down days for the kids who buy tickets and rewards for deaneries with the highest arts performance attendance. Also, we will host pre-show events just like before a big game. The people involved in these programs work incredibly hard all year to produce amazing performances and create fantastic pieces of art, and they deserve every ounce of our support. On another note, as president, I assure you, younger guys will be represented. The young men of our middle school deserve respect. We will include the middle school and underclassmen in council meetings so that all grade levels are represented in decision-making at Delbarton. Boys, Spirit Week needs to be an entire week, plain and simple. I'm looking forward to bringing back all of the pre-COVID Spirit Week traditions, like the Pizza Vita truck, the student versus teacher basketball game, and of course, the hypnotist. But it's also important that we add new traditions to make next year even more special, like campus-wide Capture the Flag games. As president, I intend to open the weight room during M blocks. With so many athletes at our school, it is imperative that we provide the men with plenty of opportunities to get in better shape. Now, let's get down to the most important stuff. Dances, social gatherings, females. I know how important social gatherings and dances are, especially since COVID made it nearly impossible to meet new people. Now that the senior class has a prom scheduled, I look forward to trying to bring back Wake Fest. Whether these dances have to take place outside during the warmer months or indoors by grade, I will do everything in my power to make this happen. Because let's be honest, there is nothing better than getting turned with the boys to party in the USA. Guys, we lost a lot of time last year, and this year has just been a year full of compromises. If elected, we will compromise no longer. In the words of famous American poet, The Baby, you can't cheat the grind. You get out what you put in. If you want to make up for this year, and if you want to experience the true Dub Martin, then vote Richie Misticelli to be your president. Because with my ideas, we will be taking the school to astronomical levels of greatness. Boys, we're going to take Dub Martin to the moon. Vote Richie. Thank you.
Tarps off. Great moments are born from great opportunity, and that's what you have here tonight. I work too hard. My tarp doesn't seem to stay on, and I go to way too many events. Now, this was a very difficult year for everyone, and it seems as there is no end in sight. But the installation of the vending machines was a shining beacon of hope, a light at the end of the tunnel to bring us back to normalcy. And that's what I want to do as president. I want to get Dub Martin back on track, and I want to be our vending machine. But not just bring the school back to normalcy, but to its former glory. The Dub Martin experience is an experience like none other. And the back half of last year and this year have been basically non-existent due to COVID. Now we are a year and a half of Dub Martin in debt. Next year is our year to repay in full and truly have a real Dub Martin experience. With all the restrictions this year, we need some freedom next year. As president, I hope to make free periods in study halls literally free. Free to do whatever you want. Get grub, take a nap, whatever you want. And free periods will allow us to have some freedom with all the restrictions we had this year. To get back on track, though, we need to put an emphasis on activities after school. This year, it was sports or going home at 2:40. I want to fix this because most of the experiences you have at Dub Martin are after school. My mom still drives me to and from school, so I'm always here. And I want to integrate more activities after school, like intramural sports with teams like softball, floor hockey, flag football, and many others. These activities can be once a week, 5 days a week, however many days of the week we want. And this will encourage kids to stay after school. Next, on to grub. We all love grub. We all need grub. And to fulfill this, I want to bring back Egg Sandwich Fridays. With all the money we get from grub sales, we can get some Delby drip. I've seen many forms of sty throughout my time here, and these shirts always get people pumped up for big games, homecoming, and Spirit Week. I want to extend the sty of the school, though, beyond homecoming and Spirit Week. I want us to be soaked in drip next year. And now on to barns. I don't want barns just to be packed. I want barns to be filled to the brim with students. I want participation next year to be 100% at every play, every game, every community service event, championship, concert, anything. All barns will be packed next year. I've attended many events throughout my years here, and none were electric without a packed barn. I want a pep rally for every season, fall, winter, and spring. These pep rallies will get students hyped for what's to come. We will get the students prepared and ready to get kids in the door at all costs. We can't officially pack barns, too, without leaving school early for big games. Getting hype should be the #1 goal. And the best way to do this is through Spirit Week. Now, even if your M Block proctor just woke you up, listen to this one thing. We cannot act on anything if we do not all come together as brothers. More than shirts, deanery points, and any other incentive, the unique and powerful brotherhood of the Dub Martin community is what creates the huge fan pits at games that win us championships and create memories that will last a lifetime. only survive this test, but we come out of it stronger. Everyone who is hearing this speech wishes the past year had gone differently. We cannot control how the past year has been, but we control how next year will be. As your president, I promise you today and every day until the next president is elected, I will dedicate every ounce of myself to restoring the tradition and excellence of the Delbarton Brotherhood. I promise to make up for all the lost time and to introduce the Delbarton experience as it should be. Delbarton is my home. Delbarton is all of our homes. And I want to make next year one of the best years Delbarton has ever seen. Harps will be off and barns will be packed. Volt Royce, Rooster out. Peace out.
What's up, guys? I'm Braden Lawlin, and before I begin, I would like to congratulate the rest of the candidates on proceeding through the primaries. Delbarton has been my home now for 3 years, and words cannot express how valuable the school has been to me. Ever since I was accepted into the school, there was a single principle that stood out amongst the rest: brotherhood. The school preached it from prospective student day all the way through orientation. I honestly thought it was just a cliche, lore to make the school look good. But as soon as I stepped foot on campus, my opinion immediately changed. Through sports games, club meetings, and other after-school activities, I have been fortunate enough to taste the feeling of camaraderie with my fellow brothers. I am, therefore, running for student body president to make sure that when a person asks a Delbarton student how their time was at the school, that young man can answer, truthfully and confidently, that it was the best time of his life. As I said earlier, brotherhood is a key element to Delbarton, as it is what sets us apart from the rest. First order of business, the restoration of pits. COVID robbed us of that this year. With me as your president, the pits, barns, whatever you want to call them, will be rowdy, filled with absolute beasts and animals going insane. Imagine hundreds of your brothers going crazy, holding giant fat heads of Chuck NATO after a crucial 4th down sack to seal the dub. Remember the wrestling match against Bergen Catholic? Yeah, that'll be a weekly occurrence. Also, why only have one pep rally? We should be having one per season. Each team deserves it, and I'm the man who can get it done. I want to return Delbarton fan behavior to its former glory, and then some. That brings me to my next point, Spirit Week. Thank you very much to Zebo and the rest of the council for providing us with an excellent year in the face of much adversity. COVID limited the seniors' ability to rile up the boys, but with me in office, it will be different. We will continue to have the week of dress down days and the costume contest, but we need to have that Delbarton swagger. With me as president, we will host daily basketball tournaments that will give you the chance to finally cook that one math teacher who's giving you a bad grade. To make sure that participation is at its highest, we will distribute the numbers of all kids who can drive. That way, every student in the entire student body will be present to witness PJ Casal absolutely rip the head off of the brave man who dare step on the mat to face him. Also, during Spirit Week, I will make sure that there is little to no homework, leaving kids no option but to get involved with all the activities. And when I say activities, I'm talking wing eating competitions, campus-wide water gun battle royale, all the good stuff. A student body favorite is the student-faculty basketball game. But why stop there? We have the chance to witness Senor Laleb drop back in the pocket just to be picked off by yours truly. Nick Petrillo add yet another body to his list by mossing Mr. Savage in the back of the end zone. Or maybe a one-on-one tournament where we can see Skylar Venezia blend Mr. Crane in front of the entire school. Next, do you want the opportunity to prove your dominance over that random kid from your hometown? Or show off to that girl from another school? Well, to further use Delbarton's vast acreage, we can host a variety of intramural sports. The varsity sports at this school are intense and often difficult to play in. The intramurals afford you the opportunity to partake in a friendly, yet competitive scene with your fellow brothers. Not only that, but I propose we form a coalition with other schools in the county so that you and your elite team made up of kids from Mr. Bitler's science class can go toe-to-toe with the scrubs from Westmore Central. To make sure that we are all on top of our game for the intramural mayhem that I have planned, we need to get big. I propose that we open up the weight room and the gym during M block and other free blocks so that you can get a nasty pump before a math test. I already spoke about intramurals and water gun tournaments, but there is so much potential beyond that. We can host Capture the Flag, Manhunt, sports and movies watch parties, and so much more. For example, take the pond. Mr. Murphy's always claiming he can't catch a single fish. With me as president, there will be nothing short of megalodons in these prime spots, although I think the problem has more to do with Mr. Murphy than the actual fish. Well, that's it, boys. Next year lies in your hands. Delbarton has given me some of the best experiences in my life, and I feel it is my duty to give you the same. As your president, I will fight for each and every one of you to have the time of your lives. But I can't do this alone. Only together can we do this. Only together can we revive the wave. So if you want to see change at Delbarton for the better, vote Lawlin. Thank you.
All right, boys, some phenomenal speeches there. Some great candidates, as you can tell. Get your votes in by 2:40, and good representation for next year. But going forward from that, this Saturday, the lacrosse team senior day, we're playing Chatham at 11 a.m. I've been promised around 100 tickets for the first 100 guys that get there. Whiteout theme, be there, J-Lot, 10:30. And then next Wednesday, even bigger game, we got Seton Hall at home. We're still cooking up a theme for that game, but again, probably around 100 tickets. I heard Seton Hall is bringing a school bus full of kids. We got to show them up. We got to show them up. I'm proud of the candidates and what they did today. Get your votes in and return to your normal M blocks. Thank you.